Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Gurkirat, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my manga collection as of January 2021. Anyways, let's get right into it. Alright guys, so starting from the top down, we have this Ace figure up front, and right behind him we have the Silent Voice manga 1 through 7, which is complete. Honestly, you don't really need to read the manga for this if you've watched the movie. The movie is a faithful adaptation done by Kyoto Animation. However, there are some things that the movie had to cut out due to time constraints, so if you want to get the full context of certain scenes and certain character interactions, then I do recommend the manga, especially if you did enjoy watching the movie. Right next to that, we have Baccano, the first light novel, which is a great anime. You don't really need to read the light novel because the anime was done really well and it has a pretty conclusive ending, even though the light novel does go far beyond what the anime covered. But I just wanted to buy the first light novel to support the official release of the series because I really like the anime. And then right next to that we have Berserk volumes 1 through 40, which is caught up at the moment. Honestly, if I recommend Berserk, I just recommend that you at least first check out the Golden Age arc if you're going to check out any of it at all. Because I think that personally the Golden Age arc is one of the greatest arcs in all of manga. I think if you're going to read any seinen action series, then I'd recommend Berserk, especially the Golden Age arc. But anyways, I'm not really going to talk about it too much. Check out the Golden Age arc if you have the time and the money. And let's move on to the next series. So next we have Black Cat volumes 1 through 20, which is complete. Honestly, this series is pretty hard to get your hands on because certain volumes are really out of print. However, it is available on the Shonen Jump app, which costs $2 a month for a subscription. You can read the entire series. So even if you can't read it physically, you can at least read it legally and support the series if you want to. And something that you might notice is that this series is actually done by Kintaro Yabuki, who did the art for another series called To Love-Ru, which is probably more popular than this one. But I really enjoyed this series as it was one of the series that got me into anime and manga back in my childhood. So I'm really glad that I was able to get the complete set. Right next to that we have Claymore volumes 1 through 16, and then we have a Zoro figure right here. And then if we go down, we have Claymore volumes 17 through 27, which completes the series. Claymore is just an okay battle shonen. You aren't really missing out on anything if you don't read this series. But if you're looking for something for a quick read that's not too long, then I do recommend it. And then right next to Claymore we have Death Note, the complete series box set. I'll open it up real quick to show you the volumes. So yeah, it's volumes 1 through 12, and the 13th volume, How to Read, which is pretty much like a guidebook / manual. And it also includes the first chapter one-shot that got released before the series started getting officially serialized. So that's pretty cool. And then let's close that up. Right next to that we have Dragon Ball volumes 1 through 16, which is complete, the original Dragon Ball manga. And then we have 1 through 4 of Dragon Ball Z and 5 through 26 of Dragon Ball Z, so that completes Dragon Ball Z. And then we have 1 through 5 of Dragon Ball Super. Honestly, my brother is more into Dragon Ball than I am. I actually made an unboxing of the Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z box sets, and you can check that video out. I'll have it linked in the description. I'll have an annotation pop up right now. So if you want to check that out, you can check that out after this video. So right next to Dragon Ball Super, we have Hunter x Hunter volumes 1 through 18. However, I believe I'm missing 9. I actually ordered that one, but it just never came in, so I had to cancel it because it just kept getting delayed and delayed. So I was like, might as well cancel and just buy it another time. And I'll also show you this Jotaro figure, pretty cool. And then going down, we just have this Morgiana plush from Magi. Move her down below. So yeah, it was volumes 20 and till 36 of Hunter x Hunter, which is caught up at the moment. And yeah, I'm missing volume 19 as well. It's just dealing with the same problem that I dealt with volume 9. It just took forever to get to my place, and the order just kept getting delayed, so I just canceled it. But yeah, Hunter x Hunter, great series. You can watch the anime. It covers the source material pretty well and actually improves upon it in some ways, actually. So if you don't want to read the manga, because Togashi's art is hit or miss, honestly, so you're not really missing out on much if you don't read the manga, but I do recommend that you check out the anime. So then we have Instantine. It's my guilty pleasure manga. It's okay. It was something that I read in my childhood, and I just decided to buy it because someone was selling it for really cheap used. so I decided to get it a few years back. And then we have just a few keychains of Sinbad and Kisei. And then let's move those to the side. We have Magi volumes 1 through 24. And then we have this Jude All plush from Magi. And we have Magi volumes, let me just get this to focus. There we go, 25 through 37, which is complete. Magi is a pretty underrated battle shonen, and I think that you can just watch the anime, but it doesn't cover the entire series. And I think that the stuff that happens right after the anime ended is probably some of the best parts of the series, so I do recommend that you read the manga. I think it's kind of getting harder to find certain volumes, but it's still a great shonen that I recommend to people that are looking for something kind of more unique than what shonen are usually like. I think there are some unique elements to it that make it a little bit different than what you usually see with battle shonen. And then right next to that we have, this is actually like the final chapter of Magi that was released in the magazine in Japan. I ordered it from Japan a while back when the series ended, so it's pretty cool to have this as a collector. And then right next to Magi we have Master Keaton Volume 1, which is just the first volume. There's a lot more after this. I read this a few years back and I just never really bothered to get more of it, but I might do that eventually. And then right next to that we have Monster Volumes 1 through 9 of the Perfect Editions, which is complete. So I don't really like Monster that much, if I'm being fully honest. I read it a while back and I just thought it was okay. I didn't like it as much as most people like it, but it's still worth reading in my opinion. You'll probably like it more than I did, but I just don't really, I really have more to say about it. It was just okay in my opinion. And then we have, no matter how, it's Watamote, I don't want to say the English name, but we have the first 2 volumes of Watamote, which it's kind of cringe, to be honest, if you ever heard of the anime. But if you can get past the cringe, it is pretty funny. I got these from my sister a while back because she just didn't want them anymore, but I don't know if I'm going to collect more of it because it's a yen press title. And even though you can see these volumes are super thin compared to just a regular Viz manga, but they're like a few dollars more expensive than a regular Viz manga for some reason. But you know, I think it is funny, so I might get more of it eventually. And then we have a One Punch Man Saitama pop figure. And right behind him we have One Punch Man volumes 1 through 9. And One Punch Man volumes 10 through 12, which is definitely not caught up. There's way more than this right now, but One Punch Man is one of those series that I like, but not really enough to get more of it at the moment. I might get more of it eventually, but for right now I'm okay with what I have. And then we have Real, volumes 1 through 14, which is a manga about wheelchair basketball by Takehiko Inoue, who is more known for Slam Dunk, which is about to come up. But I'd still recommend this series if you're looking for a more mature series that was written by him. But definitely read it if you're looking for something unique in the sports genre of manga. And then right next to that we have Rohan at the Louvre by Hirohiko Araki, the creator of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This was a manga that was featured at the Louvre, the French Museum, a few years back, and well, definitely more than a few years back at this point. But yeah, it's really high quality. It's in full color actually, so that's not something you see with manga that often. But I think he did a really good job on it, and it's not that expensive, so if you're a big JoJo fan, I definitely recommend this. And then we have, which is one of my favorite manga in my opinion, Slam Dunk volumes 1 through 28, and then 29 through 31, which is complete. Slam Dunk, if you're never going to read any other sports series, I do recommend that you at least read Slam Dunk, because I think it'll open your eyes up to how great sports manga can be, even if you don't think you'll be that big of a fan of the genre. I think that if you've never read a sports manga before, you should at least check this out. And if you have watched sports anime and you like it, and you've read sports manga before and you like them, I definitely recommend Slam Dunk if you haven't read it, because I think you'll really enjoy it. It's more of a realistic take on basketball compared to Kuroko's basketball. If you like Haikyuu, you'll probably like Slam Dunk quite a bit. I definitely recommend it. It's one of the greatest manga out there in my opinion. And then we have Solanin by Inu Asano. Inu Asano is probably more so known for Goodnight Punpun, or Yasumi Punpun. And I think that Solanin is one of his older works, but I think that it's a great introduction to his manga. So if you're and it's just the single volume, so it's a really easy way to get into his works and see what his writing is like. If you want to, then you can dive deeper into a series like Oyasumi Punpun, which is a longer running series. And then right next to that we have The Gods Lie, which is just a one-shot, one-volume manga. I don't remember it being that great, but if you're looking for a quick read that's kind of interesting, you can check this out. And then right next to that we have Yotsuba, volumes 1 through 14, which is caught up at the moment. Yotsuba is just a really wholesome slice of life manga, so if you're looking for something that's a quick read and it just makes you feel better after you read it, I definitely recommend this series. And then right next to that we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal volumes 1 through 9, which are my brother's. He really likes Yu-Gi-Oh! Or at least he used to, so I bought these for him, but I don't think he actually ever read most of them. But hopefully eventually he does, I guess. And then finally we just have this Aomine plush. Well guys, that was my manga collection as of January 2021. Overall, I think I have about 300 volumes at the moment, and if you're wondering where I get most of my manga, when I'm buying manga new, I mostly get it from Indigo, which is like the Canadian equivalent of Barnes & Noble if you live in the US. They have a lot of good deals on manga generally, and when I'm trying to buy manga in bulk, that's usually where I get it from. But if you are buying it used, then I recommend places like Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji. Kijiji is like the Canadian equivalent of Craigslist, so you can use Craigslist if you live outside of Canada. When I can't find the series that I want at those places, I usually check places like Book Depository and Right Stuff. I actually have affiliate links for both Right Stuff and Book Depository in my description, so if you choose to use those links, then I receive a small commission on the sales made from using those links, so it's a good way to support the channel. Anyways guys, that was my manga collection. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, then please leave a like, as it really helps the channel out, and also subscribe so then you'll be notified when I post new content. Thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful day.